Okay, I've seen this video already, but I wanted to react to it for the channel. Internet versus Hasan and TwitchCon. It's so interesting. Back when I was streaming on Twitch, I had plans to go to this year's TwitchCon, and seeing a lot of people pull out and all the events that came up this year, maybe it's a good thing that I did not go to TwitchCon, or that I'm not going this year. Maybe a god exists after all. But yeah, you know, I think it could be a interesting little watch. It's also short compared to some of the longer videos I've been reacting to recently, so yeah.
Over the past couple of weeks, streamers across the platform Twitch have been expressing concern about showing up at TwitchCon, with many of them worried about being harassed, citing lack of security or previous incidents at the event.
I think it's worth noting that it is a valid concern, considering at last year's TwitchCon, 2024 TwitchCon, as of the time of me making this video, the number of sexual harassment, sexual assault, and all the sexual misconduct cases at last year's TwitchCon was unfucking believable. It was higher than it absolutely had any right to be. There was this one streamer, she was 21, she got motorboated by this other guy non-consensually live on stream. There were some other, I think there was this other guy who would follow other, I forget the name, but he was in part of the communities that I was in, where he would follow women streamers around even when they weren't comfortable, and they expressed discomfort several times, and he would still follow them around and borderline stalk them. I don't think any sexual misconduct happened in that case, but it definitely could have. It's a very creepy situation to be in. There's several others that I'm not thinking off the top of my head. I think Internet Versus is going to go into it in this video.
Asmongold weighed in on Twitter, speaking about how last year a fellow streamer had someone approach him and lick his nipple in order to bother him or harass him.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a form of sexual assault. NMP, it doesn't matter that he was a guy when it happened. Sexual assault can still happen to men too, and licking another guy's nipple non-consensually that's yeah, that is a form of sexual assault, absolutely. I'm pretty sure the guy who did it was live streaming on Kick too. That's another thing. There were tons of IRL Kick streamers that were being so fucking weird to people.
Keemstar spoke about how a friend of his accidentally got roofied, and many more stories in this video. But additionally, Hasan weighed in and decided that he—
How does someone, not for nothing, how does someone get accidentally roofied? And I don't ask that in a victim blamey question. I ask that in how the fuck does the person who puts the roofies in the drink accidentally roofie someone else? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Will not be showing up at TwitchCon. His reason being that he's worried about the current climate, saying he's not concerned for himself, but he's going to put others around him at risk. Welcome to the Internet versus TwitchCon. It starts when Testudo Smith posts on the livestream fail subreddit, Pokimane Valkyrae and Cutie Cinderella afraid to attend a TwitchCon due to safety concerns. And in this article, they attach a couple links to two different clips. This first one is Cutie Cinderella and Valkyrae talking about TwitchCon. Here's that clip.
I'm kind of afraid to go to TwitchCon.
We're in a bit of a conundrum with TwitchCon.
I've been so anxious and scared and sad this whole past week with everything that's been going on.
Oh, with the Charlie Kirk thing? Yeah, I mean, I'll let Cutie Cinderella finish.
Listen, it's not,
It's not you, it's us.
It's not you, it's us. We're supposed to do Wine About It live at TwitchCon. Love Twitch for supporting our show. I have given them a soft, hey, we're in a bit of a panic mode right now.
Will we ever stop panicking?
That's the problem. I don't know if we're being because I don't feel, the problem is right now, respectfully, I don't feel irrational about it. I feel very—
I think it's valid.
Scared.
Yeah, it just takes one person.
There was a Japanese streamer a few months ago that got on her live stream by a stalker. When that happened, I almost pulled out of all my obligations. I was like, I don't think it's for me. And then, you know, I got kind of talked off the ledge. There's gonna be lots of security or whatever. Horrible things have happened this week, and there was also security, and I don't know.
Security and an armor not gonna protect you. It's just scary. We will keep you guys updated, but
yeah, I think it's a reasonable thing to look at what happened to Charlie Kirk and think, oh wow, that could happen to me, as a famous person, right? I think that's a very rational and reasonable fear to have. And so I can understand Valkyrae and Cutie Cinderella not going. As much as I think Cutie Cinderella is a little bit of a performative person, to be honest. Like, with the whole Atrioc thing, I talked about this in, like, another video that's either upcoming, if it hasn't already been uploaded. I reacted to Gavin Newsom's podcast episode with Atrioc. It may or may not be uploaded by the time this video goes up. So if it is, then go check that out. But if not, then I'll just say what I said here. The Atrioc situation, I think what he did was screwed up. It was, like, the whole AI porn scandal. I don't think it needs to follow Atrioc for the rest of his life. I don't think it's that big of a fuck up. I think it was just wrong, and that was it. It was just kind of gross and weird, you know? But I don't think Atrioc is, like, a horrible predator, you know? I think Cutie Cinderella, like, her going on stream and crying about it was a little bit, like, I rolled my eyes. It was, like, one of the most performative things ever. It's like, I don't know, when you go on stream, when you film yourself crying, that's... I kind of, like, look at that and go, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's such a performative thing to do. I don't mind Valkyrae as much. I actually think Valkyrae is, like, not, you know, I think she's, like, got valid concerns about it, and I don't really hate Valkyrae as much.
If we don't...
I don't even hate Cutie Cinderella. I just think Cutie Cinderella is, like, super performative, and I would never go out of my way to watch her content, that's all.
We'll make it up to you.
I'll take my top off.
Me too, in solidarity.
And then Pokimane also...
Trying to appeal to the simps a little bit, you know? It's a good content strategy. Hey, it works. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not judging. Like, I respect the grind.
Reacted to the situation and spoke about TwitchCon herself, and here is that clip.
Saw Cutie and Ray were thinking of canceling, and I feel like they're kind of scared just of like the tension that is happening online. And of course we know that if we were to have any sort of safety issues, they're most likely to occur somewhere where like people know we're gonna be. So it does worry me that it might not be safe, and maybe...
I don't know, man. It's just like... Like, yeah, what Pokimane is saying is not necessarily bad. It's just, every time I hear Pokimane talk, like, listen, I remember, like, Pokimane was in some drama way back in the day with people like Bo Blacks. I know that's funny to think about now. And then with It's a Gundam, and she, like, tried to take away his sponsors. This is, like, old drama. It's already been, like, resolved at this point. So, like, it's no point in, like, holding it over Pokimane's head. But I still think, like, she just has, like, a history of, like, getting herself in drama. She hasn't been doing it as much lately, to her credit. So, I guess good for you, Pokimane. But, like, it's just every time I hear her talk, she's always... so just like something about her attitude and the way she talks, I just get like the vibe that she's just not particularly a genuine person. Like it's always like the vibe that I think she's just putting on a front for many people. It's like, that's just constantly the vibe that I get every time I hear Pokimane talk. And it's like that, like less authenticity. Pokimane's very successful. She has a lot of subs. She has a huge following on Twitch. She's one of the big faces on Twitch, for crying out loud. So I respect the grind, and good for her for being successful, but I am less likely to enjoy a content creator if I get the vibe that they are not a genuine person.
maybe better to, I don't know, your thought on it. I think it's based, okay, here's the way I view it, especially with all the recent news surrounding Charlie Kirk. And of course, a lot of political talk happens on Twitter, and also for...
It's mainly a right-leaning platform. Like, whether you want to hear it or not, Twitter is inherently a right-leaning platform. You can mute all the right-wing, like, shit that comes up in your feed all you want. Elon Musk artificially changes the algorithm in such a way that you're gonna see more right-wing shit regardless. Like, that's... Like, it is just... you cannot tell me it's not a right-leaning platform. It is a lot more of a right-leaning platform than a left-leaning platform.
Us, people like me, Ray, Cutie, other female streamers, the people who feel the most negative and most, like, passionately hateful towards us also tend to be on Twitter. And the streaming and Twitter community just have a lot of overlap. So sometimes it's just scary. And when you see that kind of negativity, you're like, do I want to tell people where I'm going to be in person? I actually don't know. Don't really like using Twitter too much because I don't... when I look at the replies, I'm like, who are these people talking to? I sure as hell don't think it's me. Like, I'm like, you guys are not my community. How do you even know me? Or you post a selfie, people start losing their shit. And then when your actual community comments, they get flamed from toxic peeps. How do you care? How do you hate someone enough to hate on people who like the person.
Then back.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I think Pokimane is like just a little bit performative at times. I just don't really. She's just very, very like, I don't know. She's just not a genuine person when she talks. Obviously, you're always going to get disproportionate criticism, and you're going to get people that hate on you disproportionately, and then they're going to be unreasonable about it. So obviously, those people are going to exist. But yeah.
Over to Livestream Fail, Economy Meat replies to this post by saying, "It makes sense. Given the current climate and Twitch's laughable security the last time when Kick streamers harassed a lot of streamers there."
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like, there were a ton of IRL Kick streamers that were trolling there. Twitch says they were going to implement new policies to make sure that doesn't happen going forward, but I don't know how much I believe them on that. Considering they were, like, running defense for like all the Hasan, they've like constantly go to bat for Hasan again and again and again. Like, there's so much shit that Hasan has said that he should have gotten banned for a long time, but he'll just get like a 1-day ban on his like day off. You know what I mean? Like, Twitch will even coordinate it. The fact that like they're willing to like gargle Hasan's cock, and it's so funny. Hasan himself says he's pulling out of the fucking streaming like TwitchCon, and I think optically that looks especially bad for Twitch, because one of your biggest streamers, one of your fucking golden boys, is just not appearing at your own event. He himself is backing out of your event. That kind of goes to show that Twitch needs Hasan more than Hasan needs Twitch. I don't know, man. Like, that, the fact that Hasan is just willing to not be as loyal to them, that's especially gotta look, like, optically bad for Twitch, specifically if he's pulling out of TwitchCon.
And Goldfish Muncher replies, "People also seem to forget it wasn't that long ago when some nutcase tried to attack Valkyrae and others she was live streaming with."
Yeah, that was also really fucking bad. It was just some weird incel that was, like, trying to stream Cinna, Valkyrae, and Emeru. He tried to, like, shoot his shot. They rejected. Because why would they? Why would they randomly interact or be with somebody rizzing, quote-unquote rizzing? I say quote-unquote rizzing because it wasn't really rizzing them up that much live on stream. It's just very... It's beta shit. I try not to say beta too much, but it is beta shit. Like...
And Outcast says, "Didn't they serve alcohol by placing a shit ton of red solo cups on an open table for people to just grab too? That one stuck in my mind for being insanely stupid."
I think that was at a TwitchCon after party. I could be wrong though.
Feller says, "Well, some dude literally licked Nick's nipple last time and didn't get banned or removed until like 6 hours later. As much as I dislike Nick, he doesn't deserve that." And just for context as to what this commenter is talking about with Nick's nipple, Corax later in the thread posts the clip, so we're just going to play that for you so you know what we're talking about.
We'll see ya. Okay. Oh.
Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Thank you.
I think I'm fine to show it on screen, because it was, like, he's wearing a shirt, but, yeah, that is definitely a form of sexual assault. Yeah, that's gross.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, big brother. I think... Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Oh.
This guy's a weirdo.
Oh. Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You guys are incredible. You guys are the best streamers in the world.
Thank you.
OTK on top.
Bye.
OTK on top.
Back over.
Oh my god, this guy, yeah, that guy is a weirdo. I assume he was live streaming on Kick as well, like in real life.
To Reddit though, Uber Tanks replies with this clip in the caption, "He makes too much money to deal with that."
No, it's just you guys need to be respectful because
I've literally been here before you were even here, so I don't understand what the deal is. I have my badge. I'm a competitor.
No, it's not. It's not about that. Coming underneath or across the lines. That's the whole point.
You know what? I make too much money to
be.
be dealing with you. Excuse me. Get him away, bitch. Hey. Oh my.
Wow. That's great. Incredible.
Jesus Christ, what the
I feel like streaming is a double-edged sword. On one hand, like, it's great to connect with viewers in, like, a live stream setting, but so many people, when they get famous, they just don't fucking mature anymore. They, like, literally just become some of the most immature fucks I've ever seen as a result, and it's just so fucking, like... So many people are just gonna grow up to be, like, not know what the fuck to do once they can't stream anymore. Because, like, streaming, like, no one streams forever, I don't think.
No, that's not me. I didn't say anything. Come here. What did I say? Come here. I didn't say shit. Hello? Dude, I just literally didn't say anything.
This is so pathetic.
No. Holy shit.
And Risk Agile responds to this clip by saying, "This clip made me never watch Nick again. I know he was an entitled little shit, but goddamn, acting like that to someone who's only doing their job is some next level man-child shit. For someone who's made a career out of being Soda Poppin's black friend." Extension Dance replies to the original thread by saying, "The TwitchCon San Diego venue barred Amaru from bringing her favorite bodyguard Dave because he made physical contact with someone just doing his job."
Yeah. What did the bodyguard do specifically that caused him to get barred? That's what I would want to know.
I don't blame them at all for not wanting to go, knowing that security is going to be afraid to protect anyone because they may lose their job doing so. And the Kappa Overlord replies, "Streamer security often isn't official security. This is why. Most of the time, streamers' personal entourages are consistent of private security. We kind of saw this with Speed's security team reacting to the security guard. They were all private security. A lot of the time, venues don't really acknowledge private security personnel as real bodyguards, and so there's this disconnect. Events such as TwitchCon want legit bodyguards with company credentials as to minimize liability." Remote Geologist says, "I'm afraid too, but that's because I would have to be around terminally online weirdos."
Kind of a based Reddit comment, I'm not gonna lie.
And Dio My Senpai replies, "Mate, people that stay on this sub are the terminally online weirdos. I don't understand how the people of a community shit on that community. Whatever complaint you have about Twitch or TwitchCon, you are probably a part of it."
Oh my god. I swear to god, people that are offended by the term terminally online are probably terminally online themselves. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. Like, if you get offended and upset by someone saying something is terminally online, you are also probably terminally online. Like, there's no other reason you would feel upset or feel the need to respond, like, to someone saying that. Because what he's saying is probably true. They are terminally online as fuck. So, I don't know, man. The fact that you're getting upset at that, this Reddit comment's getting upset at that, probably self-report. You're probably terminally online yourself. And, I mean, hey, that's fine, but, like, be honest.
And Rester replies, "Twitch is a bunch of terminally online weirdos." Guy who comments on various subreddits hourly for 16 hours straight. Yeet then tweets out that Dan Clancy himself responded to it by captioning it, "Dan Clancy responds to streamer safety concerns regarding TwitchCon. Says the platform has a zero tolerance policy." Attaching first the quotes from the clip we just looked at of QT and Valkyrie, and then this response that says, "I want to be very clear. We take security at our events like TwitchCon extremely seriously. Every year we build on successful approaches to TwitchCon safety and security, particularly as we become aware of new or emerging security or safety challenges. We have teams focused on this year-round, including keeping creators and community members safe on Twitch or at TwitchCon. We have rules and standards regarding TwitchCon attendees, and we limit people who have been indefinitely suspended off service violations. They are not able to attend." And that's the end of the quote, but the article continues. Clancy went on to explain that TwitchCon has a zero tolerance policy for harassment and claimed he is taking care to make sure the event is as buttoned up as possible. Asmongold replies with the clip that we looked at earlier and captions it by saying, "Last year, NMP Law and Wake were SA'd by a streamer and Twitch didn't press charges or pursue any form of legal action against him."
Well, why would Twitch need to press charges? Wouldn't it need to be NMP and Wake that needs to press charges? Why the fuck would Twitch needs to? Okay. Asmongold is just a bit of a silly goose with a lot of the things he says, but yeah, okay.
Here's the video of the incident. "If I was a woman, I would never go to TwitchCon."
I mean, that's probably true. I probably wouldn't either. I'd probably get, like, way too many fucking weird, terminally online weirdos. And yeah, I am gonna say terminally online weirdos, because that's what they are.
Tone replies to the post by saying, "I think I'll pass on going to HouthieCon. Madam
Whoa, so based!"
Savvy says, "What a load of horse shit given their own staff are problematic. Plus, at least pre-pandemic, there were druggings at every event. The last one I went to, an official Twitch-sponsored party, had open served drinks. Cups of who knows what just sitting open, full of alcohol. If they actually cared about safety, they would ask Hasan not to come and ban him due to his constant violent language."
Yeah, but like I said earlier, they constantly go to bat for Hasan because politically that's just where Twitch aligns more. So even when Hasan makes threats of violence, they only ban him for like a day, and they typically coordinate banning him on his day off anyways, so it's like they just like, it winds up not even being that much of a detriment anyways, just so Twitch can say, "Oh yeah, we banned him, we did what you guys asked, we banned him," and meanwhile they'll permanently ban somebody who accidentally drops their catfish and say that it was animal abuse. Could you say that person was irresponsible for dropping their catfish? Maybe, but it was a long time ago. That guy got, like, perma-fucking banned when it was an accident. Wow, okay, incredible.
Tectone also makes a separate individual tweet about the situation where he says, for anyone actually going to TwitchCon this year with the current climate of the world, if Twitch can't even moderate their own website, why do you think they can moderate an IRL event?
Sure, yeah, I don't know, man. Coming from you, it just, okay.
Where documented attempted murders and SHs happened with no one suffering real consequences.
I don't know. I just don't think Tectone actually cares about most of the things he says. Like, literally, like, a week or two ago, like, Tectone said he was taking a break from Twitch content, and he was taking a break from, like, posting content in general, and now he's back on Twitter, like, going to bat against Twitch and, like, throwing shots. Tectone is somebody who dishes it out but can't take it. Like, he will dish out a ton of comments and say bad things about other people, but the moment people clap back at him, he, like, plays victim, and he's like, I gotta do better, I gotta, like, do this and this and this and whatever. It's just, I don't know, like, I just never really liked Tectone. He's just always rubbed me the wrong way.
Please proceed with caution, guys. To me and many others, it's really just not worth the risk anymore. And Nicholas Light replies, I'm looking forward to the race/religion tier lists at TwitchCon. I might go to support my local terrorists. BS Warren says, reminder that Adriana Chechik broke her spine at TwitchCon a couple years ago because the foam pit wasn't padded right.
That's true. Yeah, literally years ago, the fucking TwitchCon didn't have their padded, like, area correctly. And then, like, her back completely fucking just, like, broke because they didn't pad it correctly. And dude, I would fucking sue Twitch if that was the case. I would sue Twitch. Like, that's incredibly irresponsible. And that's completely inexcusable that Twitch didn't, like, fail-safe that.
Old Draggy replies to Tectone by saying, still safer than being around you or your dad.
Kinda true, not gonna lie.
Keemstar also weighs in on the situation by tweeting out a video in the caption, TwitchCon is not safe.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. There's a conversation going on online about TwitchCon not being a safe place for females. And you have multiple female creators that are saying they're not going to TwitchCon this year. Asmund Gold said if he was a female, he would never go to TwitchCon. And that's based on safety concerns that these people are bringing up. I mean, we've seen it throughout the years, like just sexual harassment and deviant things.
Yeah, like I said, it was particularly bad, like, last year. There were so many sexual misconduct cases, like, last year. It was actually so terrible. And also, the fucking I've seen, like, the block parties that TwitchCon does. Like, they host block parties. They're so mid. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I've seen what they do at the block parties. It's like an $100 entry fee. I think it's even more than that, actually. But, like, you pay a lot of money just to get in. You spend, like, one night at the block party, and then that's, like, it's just not even... It winds up not even being worth it. It's, like, so mid. Like, I could, like, have a much more fun time and spend way less money.
That happens at these Twitch cons. And I wanted to share a story that takes us all the way back to, like, 2013, 2014, because before Twitch came out with TwitchCon, they did a test run for their TwitchCon by having these massive parties attached to PAX East or PAX West. And in 2013, 2014, I don't remember the exact year, at PAX West in Seattle, they had this massive Twitch party. This ain't no little thing. There's like 1,000 people there. It's a big facility. It was massive. It was like a mini TwitchCon. And I attended that event, and I was there with Seattle's own Only Use Me Blade, which is an old school Call of Duty YouTuber with a drinking problem.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he sexually harassed a woman. No, he actually not even sexually harassed, he sexually assaulted a woman, like, multiple times, like, more than once. He was actually, like, really awful.
You know, Blade gets drunk and he acts, like, completely out of control. Now, a lot of times it's funny, some other times it's absolutely horrible. And in this case, he got wasted pretty fast, and he was doing this thing where he'd go up to these girls at TwitchCon, go to shake their hand, and when they go to shake the hand back, he would take their drink, slam the drink, and give them an empty cup back. Now, most people just laughed because this is, you know, a Twitch party, it's open.
Yeah, it's frat boy humor. It's really fucking, like, stupid and immature.
Bar, the drinks didn't cost anything, and it was just like this funny thing, but definitely a dick move. Later that night, I couldn't find Blade. I Ubered back to my hotel, and the next morning, I found out Blade went to the hospital. And Blade didn't go to the hospital for drinking too much alcohol. Blade ended up in the hospital because he had multiple doses of roofies. He inadvertently, by being a jerk, saved a bunch of women from being date raped.
Oh, that's wow. I mean, like I said, I don't think only Use Me Blade is a good person. I mean, he sexually assaulted like multiple, like not multiple, like this one girl like multiple times. But apparently he inadvertently got roofied by, wow, crazy. I guess him being a dick saved a bunch of women that night. I guess, God bless, but I don't know. It still doesn't take away the fact that Only Use Me Blade is a fucking dickhead.
So these things aren't safe. They've never been safe. There are literally rapists that go to these fucking things and prey on the women there. I don't know. Just thought I should say. I can't speak. I'm getting tongue-tied. Made it all the way through this story without messing up what I was saying. But yeah, I just thought you guys should know that.
And Lowell's replies, I always knew Blade was a hero. Ethan then tweets out this clip with the caption, Hasan confirms that he will not be attending TwitchCon this year due to safety concerns for others.
Like I said, optically for Twitch, this is really bad for them.
I miss the social Hasan era. There is unfortunately an obvious setback there because of, one, all the political incidents that have taken place, and two, how those political incidents have had some pretty significant consequences in how much I can go out in the real world and socialize with other people. As I said already, I'm not going to TwitchCon, not because I'm worried about my own safety, but I'm literally not going to TwitchCon because I'm worried about the safety of others. I don't want to put them in the fucking crosshairs if some psycho freak decides, like, I'm going to go there. I'm very publicly not going to TwitchCon for that reason.
I don't know how much I believe the fact that he cares about other people. I don't think Hasan cares about other people. He doesn't strike me as a loving guy. I could see him protecting himself in case someone wanted to shoot him. I could definitely see him believing that. Also, he's made plenty of calls to violence in the past. Yeah, okay.
So make with that information, do with that information what you will.
Plain Rock TV replies, it's safe now without the terrorist. It's a Gundam says, from let the streets run red with their blood to I fear for my safety.
Damn, kind of based.
Tectone says, Hasan, you're the one who's causing these consequences the most out of any streamer on the platform.
That I don't know how much I agree with. I guess. I mean, he has said a lot of really bad shit that I think he should have gotten banned longer for. But Twitch is not going to ban him for that because, you know, Twitch loves Hasan. But I don't know if I agree with him being the one that's causing it the most. I guess. I don't know.
Now you're too afraid to show face. After saying everyone was overreacting, what a lying pussy bitch-made man. Kazuhano co-tweets the clip by saying, bro went to the LA riot, but TwitchCon is too much for him. LM replies, what does he know that might happen at TwitchCon? Kangmin Lee co-tweets it by saying, Hasan Piker, quote, kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the streets. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist blood, end quote. And another quote, you need to be shanking these motherfuckers. You need to be gunning them, end quote. End quote. If you cared about Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, end quote. Now he's scared of the very problem he helped create? Give me a break. Destiny also responds to the situation by posting the same clip that Yeet did and captioning it, this guy LARPs as a revolutionary but wants to stay home during TwitchCon so he can stream and make more money. A tale as old as time. Rick replies, a tale as old as time. Twitch has only been around for like 15 years, dumbass. Voice of Freedom replies to Destiny by saying, you literally called for the deaths of conservatives from the comfort of your bedroom. Think before you sleep co-tweets each clip by saying, I was right when I said in my video that when Hasan saw Charlie Kirk get murdered, he was realizing in real time that someone might shoot him too.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't it make sense to, like, think from the perspective of Charlie Kirk as a famous person to be like, wow, that could have been me from some other unhinged person? I feel like that's a reasonable thing to think, as much as I don't like Hasan. I don't know, man. Think before you sleep is a little bit... He's kind of, I don't know, I've seen some of his videos. He's a little bit disingenuous with a lot of his portrayal of information.
Maybe stop telling your audience to kill people then.
I mean, that part I agree with.
Joe quotes the clip by saying, "This is the same reason he didn't want to go to Gaza. Wasn't scared of getting hurt. He was worried his presence would get other Palestinians hurt." Hero of our time, Hasan Piker. The quartering...
Very true. Oh my god, very true. I fucking had a sneeze there.
Quote tweeted by saying, "The only people attending TwitchCon are either apolitical or leftoids. Why be afraid?" Oh. Legal Mindset quote tweeted by saying, "Once again, Hasan contributes to the problem and takes zero accountability for the consequences. Stunning and brave." Jimmy the Rib quote tweets the clip by saying, "I wouldn't attend any cons if I was a streamer. You guys are fucking weird."
Very true. Honestly, they all are very weird and very terminally online. Yeah. I'm gonna keep saying terminally online. I don't care. Like, listen, you guys can criticize my usage of the term terminally online. You can hate it all you want. I'm still gonna keep saying it. I don't care. I'm still gonna keep going about it. Like, you can hate me all you want. You can get offended by it all you want. I'm still gonna say it.
Dixerto also makes a post about Hasan backing out of Twitch's San Diego event, and Tectone quote tweets it by saying, "Hasan and people like Hasan have been pushing violent rhetoric and supporting terrorists for years. He knows the danger he has caused for others. He's now too afraid to face the very beast he's created. He knows if he live streams there, he'll broadcast his own audience that will be there, exposing the exact type of viewers he's creating, exposing the exact type of dangers he'd be bringing with him. This is not a noble act. This man is a coward. This man is delusional, and Twitch is a pathetic platform allowing this type of violent rhetoric to go on unpunished for years, nearly a decade. Pathetic." Over on LSF, Ignignoct also posted the Hasan clip with the caption, "Hasan will not be attending TwitchCon this year because he fears he may put himself and others in danger." And DogFB replies, "Whatever you think of Hasan, all it takes is one mentally ill person to do something. It's 100% a justified concern."
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like I said, it is a justified concern. I don't really believe Hasan when he says he's doing it out of the concern for other people. I think he's doing it for himself, which is fine, by the way. Like, I'm not saying him being selfish about it's fine. That is a valid concern, but it's like, it just goes to show that Hasan just can't help himself but lie every single time he fucking talks.
And JFMTL87 says, "Agreed. Let's say he goes and innocent bystanders get hurt or killed on an assassination attempt on him. The same people hating on his decision not to go would berate him for egotistically putting others at risk just so that he could stroke his ego at TwitchCon, since he should have known that conservatives would attempt at his life." And Fisherman New replies, "There's a non-zero chance some of those hating on his decision to not go want to do harm to him." Random Witness says, "Makes sense in this political climate." And Okuma replies, "Makes sense just off how crazy last TwitchCon was with all the crazy kick streamers."
And all the sexual misconduct cases that happened during last year's TwitchCon. Can't forget that either. That was particularly a problem. I think people still managed to have a good time at last year's TwitchCon, and it looked like a lot of fun for a lot of people. It definitely looked like fun. I can't lie, it did, but the amount of sexual misconduct cases there was, like, really awful.
Add on all the political stuff going on, 100% valid. And Universal replies, "Mike calls for revolution. A1 journalist, the mansion daddy, is just thinking of the others' safety. Honestly, props to him for thinking of others before himself, like he always does. It's pretty hard sitting in a mansion all day playing terrorist clips and getting paid for it." And Really Handsome Man replies, "Lamau, brother has not seen the outdoors in so long." And Universal says, "Unfortunately, people who work to live like me have to touch grass to survive. I wasn't born to parents like a traveling model and an executive at a company like Hasan was, and then gifted a career by my successful uncle. Hell, if I could LARP all day as a badass revolutionary to you idiots in my comfy mansion, I would too." And Really Handsome Man replies, "You have to learn to let go of the pain Hasan has caused you. Let go of the bitterness." Shout out to our tier 3 member.
I don't know. Hasan's not really have anyone's best interest but himself, but I guess if you're not parasocial to him, that's good for you, I guess. Though I highly doubt any of his fans are not parasocial to him. A lot of them are just women that, like, have eye candy over him.
Members, internet representatives Akiko, Salsal, Coldest Bandito, and Captain Crash Out. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you all in the next episode.
Alright, yeah. Good video, and good conversation about TwitchCon.